All right, here we are again with another episode of Ethical Complaints. And I'm just drinking my coffee here because, why the hell not, right? I have an AeroPress, it's called. So it's almost like an espresso, but you kind of just, you put the coffee in and then you squeeze it out. Not a French press, not that kind of squeeze. You actually put the thing over, I don't even know what the heck it's called now. But you put the AeroPress over the cup, coffee in there, filter down below, and you push this plunger down. Not the plunger that you use in the toilet, but a plunger. You squeeze it down, coffee comes out. It's good. I think it's delicious. Phenomenal. This is Pete's coffee, actually. I have some Pete's and I have some Starbucks. I don't know which one I prefer. I might prefer the Starbucks to most, but I think I prefer the Pete's to the Starbucks at times. So, all right, what I want to go over is just, a couple things that have just been driving me nuts lately. One of them has to do with the state of Florida. And normally I don't bother myself with Florida, but what the hell is going on down there? I thought conservatives wanted less government, and it seems like their governor down there wants more government overreach as far as taking over the land control of Disney World. Whatever's going on with these liberal arts colleges, who cares? Let them think what they want to think. Why do you have to control that? That I don't understand. Let people have free speech, and let them free think. Let them free think. I don't understand what your deal is down there, DeSantis. And the book banning. I heard some reports that some of the schools, a substitute teacher was speaking, that they went to a book fair, and all the books in the library were taken off the shelves. So he recorded it, and he got in trouble. I think he got fired over it. But why? Why are you limiting the books? So they have to go through a review process to make sure they're not hurting people's values? But don't impose your values on other people. Just live and let live. Live and let live. Okay? You're allowed to think what you think. Let other people think what they think. As long as it's not infringing on anybody's rights, why should it matter to you? Why should it bother you? Why is it something that keeps you up at night? Like someone's coming to get you or something. Or someone's coming to get your rights. Nobody's coming to get your rights. Okay? They're there. They're protected. Just like your crazy ideas are protected. Okay? I don't get it. Stop replacing one ideology with another. Stop it. Okay? Man, DeSantis, you love freedom. At least you talk about it, at your rally to rally your base and post it on your initiatives. Stand for it. Okay? It's freedom. Let them be free as well. I heard some reports that people were being ID checked before they could use the bathroom because you're so worried about trans people using the bathroom. What? That doesn't even make any sense. Let them use the bathroom. What does it matter? It's a bathroom. At least it's not outside. At least it's not on a tree. You know what I mean? It's a bathroom. Let them use the freaking bathroom. What is the big deal? Why are these the issues? Why are these the things that we worry about so much? Why? Just let them be. Okay? Let everybody be. Aren't there more important things to worry about? Aren't there more important things to worry about? Geez, if you want to worry about stuff, worry about how we're doing with jobs and technology. How about getting us to be the world leader again? Other countries are laughing at the things that we focus on because it's crazy. And you're going to impose your what? So you're going to impose your will on other people and your ideas on other people? How is that freedom? How is that freedom? Just let everyone be. Let them be themselves. If no one's hurting anybody, let them be. What do you think? They're gonna spoil your children's minds? With what? Isn't there enough? Don't we argue about enough things in life that could spoil people's lives or children's lives? Huh? How about how we treat each other? What do you think that does to kids? How do you think they are when they're raised in an environment where there's arguing or bickering or fighting back and forth? How much damage do you think that does? You're worried about who's going to the bathroom. Seriously. Seriously. Oh, man. That really bothered me. That really bothered me. You know? I'll tell you another thing that bothered me was Chipotle. The Chipotle, I don't even know how long ago, maybe 2 weeks ago or a week ago. I was going for lunch for work, right? Actually, I went down to Baltimore. I was doing some work down there, and we went to a Chipotle down in Baltimore. Awesome. It's decent. It was great. I've had pretty good experiences at Chipotle. I've had some issues with, let's say, they don't drain the bean juice out, and it just soaks your bowl, and then it wets, and then it goes to the bag, okay? You get annoying stuff like that. So, the Chipotle in Baltimore, good. It was a good experience, right? It was good. Everything was good. The guacamole was good. The chips are good. Everything, right? So, this one that I have up the road, I went to it. I just wanted to get chips and guac. We're all out of chips and guac. Okay, we're all out of chips. I mean, how can you be out of chips and guacamole? Really? All right, whatever. I get it. You run out of stuff. But for work, I went to lunch, and I went to a Chipotle that I've been to before. And I go in there, and I'm standing there, I don't know, for about 5 minutes. It actually ended up being 8 minutes because I did time it. No one greets me. No one looks at me. And there's no food behind the glass. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no food behind the glass. Like, there's no food. There's no bins. They're just the containers, that go under the food bins, or just old water in there. There's just water. I don't know what they're making food in the back, but there's no food. And I just wanted to get chips and guac that time too. But nobody even looks at you to see if you need anything. And then there's a line for like the online orders. So I'm like, what is this, an online only order store? So of course I made him a Google review, and then come to find out, I think that Chipotle averages like 2.5 stars. Jesus Christ. But it's crazy. I just want to get some food, So I ended up going to the Burger King to get an Impossible Burger, which isn't vegan because they did do testing on animals to get their FDA approval. So I don't know how I feel about that. Sometimes it's not entirely vegan, the Impossible Burger. It's not even that it's not entirely. It's not vegan at all. If you did animal testing, it's not vegan. But the problem is you're trying to get your product out there to make more uses for people that eat meat to eat non-meat, right? To eat plant-based meat, to eat plant-based foods. I can't speak right now for some reason. Bear with me, please. So you come into this old, do the ends justify the means? It's complicated, right? It's complicated. Because you're trying to progress. Now, there's other vegan companies and other vegan meats that did not need FDA approval, and they did not need to do animal testing. Beyond Meat's one of them, right? And I love Beyond Meat. Some issues I have with them are their beef jerky. Why did they come out with beef jerky, right? It doesn't, it tastes like, it tastes like cat food, kind of, if you were to eat cat food. But it's good consistency. The consistency's good. Probably the best vegan beef jerky I've had. I can't even think of the name of it now. I'll have to post that, what that name of that one is. But Beyond Meat's sausage. Decent. Perfect, man. Great consistency. I had some at my uncle's house. He's not vegan. I put it in the fridge, right? Because they have a cookout every so often. I put it in the fridge. I went back in the fridge later. He was cooking on the grill. I went back in the fridge later, and I was looking for the sausage so he could put it on the grill. And he already had it cooking on the grill. He's like, yeah, it looked a little funny. The color was off, but it smelled okay. So he thought it smelled okay, so he cooked it. He had one. He liked it. He thought it was good. He put some mustard on it. It was great. It's a good sausage. It's a little greasy at times. It is a little oily, but it's a great sausage. Their burgers, I love their burgers. I love the burger after it's cooked, okay? Because before you cook it, it smells like wet cat food. And I cannot get the image out of my mind, out of my brain, out of my mind's eye when I am preparing it. So once I cut open that package and I get a whiff of this Beyond Meat patty, it smells like wet cat food. And not tuna fish, wet cat food. Whatever. Which brings me up to the vegan tuna fish. Like, it smells like tuna fish. How many people like the smell of tuna fish? I mean, why would we want to make something smell like tuna fish? But we do, right? We do, because we're crazy like that. Whatever. Ow. So yeah. But anyhow. So yeah, okay. You crap on me all you want. I got an Impossible Burger at Burger King. Yes, it's cooked on the same freaking grill. But what the heck am I supposed to do? I was starving. I wanted to eat. And it was either that or I go to the gas station. They have Mediterranean food there. They have falafel and whatnot, which is really good. For a gas station, it's like a cart. It's like a food cart. You know, like a food cart trailer, a small one that you would like hitch up to a car and drive away with. It's small, it's teeny. Awesome food there. Awesome food. So you go into the gas station, you pay for what you want. You go to the stand first. Ask what you want. He writes it down on a piece of paper. You take this piece of paper, you go to the gas station with it. You pay the gas station attendant with it. He signs off on it. And then you bring it back and you get your food. Awesome falafel. Never thought I would eat falafel. Who would have thought I would have eaten falafel? But the vegans, we eat falafel. It's really good. So do a lot of people. A lot of people eat falafel. So who cares? But the Impossible Burger. I have an issue with things because I feel like once I know what something is, once I know what something is doing to something else, and if I disagree with it, I have a really, really, really hard time of accepting it. And that's part of my thing with being vegan. Once I knew how animals were treated, I was like, I can't get that image out of my head anymore. So, the Impossible Burger. It's good, right? It's good. They did animal testing on it, so I disagree with that. I do. But it's also something, I don't know. I mean, it's complicated, but it's not complicated because it's not vegan, so I shouldn't eat it. You know, it's kind of like honey. So I know there's vegans that do eat honey, but I'm a vegan that doesn't eat honey because you're taking the bee's food. You know, I know it sounds simple and minuscule, but it's a big deal. It is something's food. And being a vegan is it's all about asking permission, basically. It's all about asking permission. If the bee could say, here, you can have some of my food, sure, then that would be vegan. I know there's some people that, because it comes from an animal, that's why it's not vegan. No, it's because the animal can't give you permission to use its stuff. It can't be like, here, you can eat me when I die. You know what I mean? So, anyhow, the Impossible Burger. It's not vegan, but it's tasty. And I don't know, it's bad. I feel bad enough anyhow just supporting Burger King. But Burger King, I mean, people have to eat. I mean, you can't beat, for people that are eating meat. I mean, what is it, $10 or 10 chicken nuggets for $2 or $3? I mean, how do you compete with something like that? So that's another issue I have with vegan food is how expensive it is. But Impossible is trying to, I know, they did animal testing. It sucks. But they're trying to get their food out there so they can get people to jump more on board. I mean, what do you do? I mean, how do you feel about wind power? Although it does kill birds. Birds fly into it and die. I mean, where do you draw the line? I mean, we have to use gas in our cars, right? We do. As of now, right? I mean, you can get an electric car, but we can't all get an electric car. Most of us have gas cars because it's the majority right now. What do they say? When in Rome, act like a Roman, right? But no, listen, you still have to be mindful of these things and know about these things. And just, I think as long as you are conscious about it and you take care to do your best not to, there's certain things you can't avoid. Food's a hard one too because we love sitting down and eating food with other people. But listen, I'll just eat French fries if I have to. I mean, I was at a funeral Wednesday for my great uncle. Unfortunately, I never met him, but we had lunch at an Italian place, and there's very little I could have eaten there. But it's fine. Like, I'm not a pain in the ass about it. Like I'll just eat salad. Although it's funny, some places don't want you. Can I get no cheese on that salad? What do you mean? It comes with cheese. Yeah, but just take the cheese off. Like they give you a problem because you want to modify the food a little bit. So what? Give me it without cheese. Oh, what is all your salad prepared already with cheese? What about people that are lactose intolerant? Like the majority of the planet. But anyhow, it's just some things are just crazy, Some things are just crazy. Food is one of them. Because it's such a decision to make each time. I don't know why I was thinking about this the other day, but guns, for some reason, were on my mind. I don't see the point of the machine guns people have in those, but I understand the feeling about protecting yourself. I do get that, Like, I used to be licensed concealed carry, and I just haven't renewed it, but I will renew it. I never got a gun. My father, he had guns, but I don't know. He took his own life, and it's always bothered me, It's always bothered me. So, and that's something that sits with me forever too. That'll sit with me forever, and that's a weird thing because, actually, if you do have a parent, and not to go on a tangent here, but if you have a parent that commits suicide, it actually validates that for the children that's okay. And that's how important it is to be a parent. These are the types of things that you think about as being a parent. This is the responsibility that you have. Every little thing you do, even in death, is looked at by your children as something that may or may not be okay to do. Man, such a big responsibility. But concealed carry. I mean, I get it. I think everyone has the right to be able to protect themselves by whatever mean. as long as it's not infringing on anybody else. I think that's the biggest thing. It cannot be infringing on anyone else. And I don't know about the assault rifles. I'm not sure what's going on with them. I don't know why. I don't know why you feel like you need them. I guess they're fun to shoot. Maybe that's what it is. You know. But if you're one of those types that's worried about the government coming to take your stuff, they're not. But even if they were, what are you going to do about it? How many guns do you have versus the military? You know what I mean? Like, okay, I got all these guns just in case the government. Okay, but what if a tank comes rolling up to your house? What do you do about it? What do you do? There's not a whole lot you can do. If the government's coming after you, I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do about it, you know? So that's not a good reason. It really isn't a good reason. If you love shooting them, that I get. That I understand. Maybe you just rent them at the range, you know? You can rent them there and shoot. I think that's fun. But as far as self-protection, I think we should all feel safe. I mean, there's times, and it's not many, but there's times that I feel very, very vulnerable. And I start looking around at things. So I was at a sweetheart dance with my daughter, and we're at the school, and we're in the auditorium, and there's a bunch of teachers and kids, and I look around, and I'm like, if someone wanted to, God forbid, shoot up a place, this would be the perfect time, because no one's ready for it. You know what I mean? And there are the times where I feel vulnerable. There are the times that I feel like I would want to be protected. I would want to protect myself. Not just to protect me, but to protect, everybody in that place. I would want to protect everybody in that place. Like, I really feel like I could make a difference. If something happened and I was armed, I would fully go after that person. I would. And I might end up dying or getting wounded. But I would have to. It would be my duty. My duty. It would be my duty to do that. Because it's such a vulnerable state with a bunch of vulnerable people. How dare you? How dare you come in here? How dare you, you coward? You coward. Right? And try to just take over. For what? That sickens me sometimes. I think about that stuff. But anyhow. So, leave some comments for me, would you please? So I can go over them and, want some things to add to the show. I think I'm going to keep this one short today. I did this one a little earlier this morning. Try not to do it so late at night. I mean, it's like I wait for everyone to be asleep because I have this secret thing that I have to go and do. But it's not a secret thing. It's actually a really cool thing to do. But, I guess I like the quietness, like everybody to be asleep, so then I don't have to worry about anybody. Not that anybody's getting in my way or anything, but I just, I don't know. Who knows? But, yeah, so I think that's about all I had. I don't know. Florida was just bugging me. I just live and let live. What do you want to force on people? People are going to be what they're going to be, whether or not you like it. It's been like that forever, and it will continue to be like that. And guess what? If we have aliens come to this planet, they're going to be different too. And they're going to have their own differences among the differences that they already have. And so be it. Like, differences are supposed to make us stronger. Don't be afraid of it. Just embrace it. Listen, don't embrace it then. If you don't want to embrace it and you disagree with it, don't embrace it. But just leave them alone. Don't say anything about it openly. Don't make it any worse. Actually, don't let that control the narrative in your life. So, if you're going to let people affect you that badly, you're letting them control you. Isn't that what you don't want already? Right? because you don't want them controlling you. But you are if you're making a big stink and talking about it all the time. So now they are controlling you. Just let it go. Let people be what they're going to be. Let whoever be what they're going to be. People let you be what you're going to be, right? People let you be what you're going to be. Let other people be what they're going to be. What's the big freaking deal? Oh, that drives me nuts. I hate to make the whole show about that, but it just burns me up. The energy, the amount of energy that is spent on these things. People getting ID'd. One person not allowed to use the bathroom because it didn't match the gender on their ID. Like what? What do you do when there's unisex bathrooms? When anybody can use it? Like what? I just don't like the amount of effort that's spent on trying to like police people is crazy. And all you're doing is just getting everybody else angrier. And you're just making the people you're trying to persecute angrier. It's not going to go away. Like the smartest thing to do, and if you want to just look at it logically, the smartest thing and the easiest thing to do is just to accept everyone for what they are or who they are. Why is that such a big deal? Like, look at children. They have no problem accepting people for what they are or for who they are. They don't care because they're kids and they're innocent. They look at everything like, oh, whatever. Oh, yeah, it's cool. It's fun. It's great. Why is it as we get older, we get so hung up on everything? Why? Man, oh, man. We get hung up. And it limits us. It really does. And it makes us look foolish. Just accept everyone for who they are. Jeez. I just don't get it. Is everybody in your business? Do you have people in your business all the time? Huh? Like, I just don't get it. I don't get the crusade. It's like a crusade. It's crazy. And here I was. First, I was pissed about Chipotle, and I wanted this show to be about Chipotle. And how they're so disappointing. They're so disappointing. And I want that place to be so good because I can eat so much food there. And I love the food there. I love that kind of food. It's great. I mean, they have guacamole. But they got to be up here with food, but down here with service. Now, I'm not saying all of them are crappy with service. I mean, I've been to quite a few that are great, but they're just not consistent. You know? I swear it makes me want to open up a food place in my driveway and sell food. Is that legal? Can I do that? I don't know if I can do that. But I would, if I could. Oh boy. Crazy, right? Just have consistent food. Just always have chips and guacamole. Always. Because that's a pretty big part of your business, is chips and guacamole. Nah, I'm sorry, we don't have any water. What? You don't have any water? How do you not have any water? You're out of water? That would be absurd, right? So is being without chips and guacamole. So is being the one without any food at all. I don't even have any words for that. You're just out of food. You're out of food. It's crazy. All right, I'm out of here. Peace. I said peace.